There we go. We are live. Good evening. Tonight's prompt is Priest. So, I think what I'm going to do is I liked what I did yesterday. Where I ended up making a sticker. And so I think I'm gonna do for that the same thing for that. And I'm gonna make it for like a cleric class. I know priest is kinda it's in the same family as cleric, so that's what I'm gonna go with. Um, and I'm going to I think clerics priest is hard. We're I think I'm gonna keep it with, like, Catholic symbology, lower C Catholic symbology, just because that's the easiest in the visual lexicon for people to recognize as, like, priestly or cleric. So we're gonna go with, like, a cross design or something like that. Um, or or I could do something with, like, the medical design where there's, like, the staff with, like, the twin serpents around it. Um, because clerics are so closely linked in D&D with well, yeah, in D&D, they're so closely linked with healing, though they don't necessarily have to be healers. But I think that that's the design I'm gonna go with, like, a kinda like, some kind of, like, staff thing, and then swirl, 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 and swirl, 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 or maybe I'll have, like, a book, something like that, or maybe some kind of, like, ribbony thing here, or some kind of cross thing kind of idea, something like that. I don't know, think about that, see what I decide to do. But that's kinda what I'm thinking. I'm thinking and then hopefully, I can convert it into, like, a sticker or something because I think that'd be neat. It'd be neat if I had, like, each of my Inktober's or a bunch of my Inktober's as stickers. Obviously, not all of them will work because the Arcanist one is not gonna work. Um, but I think something like that. So, that's what I'm gonna focus on right now. Something like that. So, make that smaller, stick it up there. Think about that later. And a pen. Let's see. I think what I'm going to start off with is some kind of staff. I feel like priests should have staves. And maybe I give it like a hook, like shepherds. And then like a stole, kind of around like this, with um maybe doop 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 like that, kind of thing. Or maybe we put a little crossbar here, or maybe oops, that's what I wanted. That's what I want. Not what I want either. This is what I want. Go. Take that. Make that smaller. Put that up there. Deselect. Let's see. Still like the staff idea. Could go straight up and down. Maybe. And do like something like that. No, I don't like that. I don't like the straight up and down either. I like it off to the side. I like it off to the side like this. And I definitely want something wrapping around. Let's come up with something for the top. Let's go because we want something, we want it to look pretty. There's like a crossbar here. And then I don't want to do an orb because that looks like a wizard, like a wizard's staff. I don't feel like that fits a priest. I don't know. I like the shepherd's crook. I think it works. What I could do is like a shepherd's crook with an orb, or put the orb down here, or maybe here. Makes it look a little bit less, or a little bit more like a magical staff. But we still get that shepherd's crook there. And then we put in here and here, and then maybe kind of wind something down the staff like that. It's not reading priestly to me. That's reading more druid in my opinion. That looks more like a druid staff. It's a cool staff. I like it. But it's not priest. It's druid. It's druid. Let's not do that. Maybe staff is just the wrong way to go. Maybe something more like a relic. Like a reliquary, maybe? That could be interesting. Some type of... Oops. Oh, I don't like that. Let's not do that. I actually have a square here. Some type of reliquary box with a... I'm not gonna lie, this one's kind of hard. Oops. Why did I do that? I didn't want it to do that. There we go. Deselect. And then it needs something inside. I need something on the inside. So I need something, maybe some kind of light. So it's kind of like a lantern, but it's like a light. I don't want to go pagan-y, but I'm kind of, that's kind of the vibe of like these things, isn't it? Ooh. What if I did... What would be like a relic that a priest would carry? It would be... It's generally something... Oh, like a bone. Because they used to have like the bones of the saints, and they were relics, so they were kept in these reliquaries, and people would come and look at them, and get time off purgatory. So maybe I do like a bone. Obviously, this is a really cartoony bone. Or I could do like a finger bone. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna have to get, okay. All right, I'm gonna have to get a let's do this. Let's stop sharing that. Open this. Present screen, share screen, Chrome tab, new tab, share. Okay, as long as you can still hear me. Okay, we're good. We're good. Skeleton finger. Maybe. There we go. Images. Let's see what we can do. Ooh, there we go. Right. Oops, that's not a thing that I want. I just want the picture. Well, thank you. I love you too, Google. Ew. That's gross. Ah, look at that. That gives me. Oh, that's not a real one though. I want a real one. There we go. Isn't it weird how fingers are shaped? Fingers are shaped so weird. Why are all of these fingers flipping me off? That's so strange that's what it would be. Flipping off fingers. Okay, I want that. I mean, that's a good view. It's a little bit that works, although it's already a drawing. I think I'll go with this one. Okay, so I'm going to save this image in there, and then I'm going to switch my screen back to, yes, I do want to share Krita. Let's go with that. Okay. So then I'll add my little hand here. I guess under hand. There it is. Open. Make this bigger so we can actually see what we're doing, and turn down the opacity so that I don't have to have it so far out. I can still see what I'm doing. Turn it up just a little bit more. There we go. Okay. So yeah, let's do this finger thing. Weird as it is, but you know, it's a thing people did in the past. They had relics, and these relics were, you know, they were relics. So the finger, you know, you want time off of eternal torment and pain, and work off your sins. You know, pay the Catholic Church, and you can look at these bones, and these bones, just looking at them, being in their presence, will give you time off of purgatory. Please, so we can build our new cathedral in Rome, the beautiful St. Peter's Cathedral. Funded by St. Peter's Cathedral. Brought to you by medieval peasants. It's so messed up. So messed up. Medieval church. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. Okay, there we go. I think that's good. I think that's good for a finger bone. And then maybe we will. We will. I have an idea. How I want to do this. Okay, so I need to get this out of the way. All right, and then bring the opacity down. This layer. Actually, I want this layer. Let's pick this up, make it smaller. Stick it up here. There somewhere. Then pick up this. Bring it over here. Deselect. Next layer. Right. But it's instead of viewers but like you, it's medieval peasants like you. Or even better yet, St. Peter's Cathedral, brought to you by John Tetzel and medieval peasants like you. Thank you. Or, and every sorry sucker afraid of hell. The Roman Catholic Church was awful. That's that, YouTuber I follow, Caitlin Doty. She's a what's it called? She does with dead people after they die. Not an embalmist. She doesn't like embalming. Funeral director. She's a funeral director. And she's got this little tone she plays on her videos every once in a while. It goes, "The Middle Ages were magic." I love that. The Middle Ages were magic. Okay, so let's get our little phalange here. Phalanges. Finger bone of a saint. Saint Fingerbone. Okay. And I think we shall put it in. I'm going to have it really separated because I want it to look like it's like floating. I'm also going to disjoint it a little bit. We're going to dislocate this poor saint's fingers. But he won't care because he's dead. Hopefully. I mean, hopefully not. One would hope that they weren't dead, but let's be honest. Saints have to be dead. It's kind of in the job description according to the Catholic Church. If we're going by the definition of saint according to the Catholic Church. Because other churches have saints, they just aren't the title of saint. And I think that's a good distinction. There's two kinds of saints. Saints in the view of the Catholic Church, the title saint, in the saints generic, like all Christians are considered to be saints. It's a title because they are sanctified, therefore they are saints. But I think that's an important distinction to know, that there are two different kinds of saints. The saints Catholic saints with an uppercase S and the lowercase s. Well, I guess it's generally uppercase too, but the non-titled saints of the church. Drink some water. Water's important. Stay hydrated. All right, so we have our phalanges. this actually works because I said so. It works because I said so. So we're gonna make yeah, yeah, that's actually accurate. That's usually how it worked. It was just like some random person, poor random person's finger that they just were like, "Hey, look, here's a finger. Let's say it belonged to John the Baptist and, make people pay to see it." That's cool, right? Oops, that's the edge of my page. Sometimes it's kind of hard to see the edge of my page because it's gray. Do 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 do. Manamana. Do 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 do. Manamana. Do 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 do. Manamana. Shoot. Could sing that song forever. I could, but that would not be what I'm supposed. No, stop. There we go. Not what I'm supposed to be doing this evening. No one is here to hear my singing. I mean, presumably, no one is here to hear me sing. Maybe, but I'm not gonna hold my breath. Copy paste. Pick it up. Put it over here. Like magic. Ooh. Deselect. I know there's a shortcut for that, but I keep covering it with my hand. Oops. That's really thick. Let's not do that. Match center. There we go. Okay. I'm gonna give it a little top here. I'm not gonna use straight lines when I ink this. And then take our little flanges. Flangy one. No, I do want this. Oop, he's on this layer. Flangy one. Do. Flangy. Phalange 2. I know the whole finger is the phalange, but work with me here, okay? Try. Like that, because we want it slightly disjointed, because obviously it's a skeletal finger. I want that flipped toward. There we go. It's even funnier if the finger's not put in the right way, but we're gonna put it in the right way. Okay, in a box. Okay, so finger in a box. Perfect. Finger floating in a box. Yeah. So, we're putting together this relic and, we need bones, but there just aren't any good saints around to use the bones of said saints. I'm sorry, Catholics. I don't mean to offend you. There's no saints around for us to use their bones. So is we're gonna we're just gonna grab the bones. We need a finger bone. Go to the cemetery, quick, grab a finger bone. And it doesn't matter whose it is. Kind of like Is it Young Frankenstein? Yeah, it's Young Frankenstein where they grab the brain, where they go to grab the brain. He wants someone smart, but instead the guy grabs the wrong brain. It's like that. Here we go. Here we go. There we go. And then we're going to create some kind of like generic. There. Generic looking religious symbol. Quick, give me a religious symbol. Again, Christian symbolism is the easiest visually, and I mean, being a Christian, it's kind of offensive, but at the same time, like, Christians are free game, which I hate. If I did a Muslim symbol, I'd get in a lot of trouble, and I don't want to be in trouble. I'm a Christian, so I can use Christian symbolism. I don't want to do that, though. Shoot. And again, it's just the easiest for everybody to in the visual lexicon. Okay, I think what I'm going to do, because I liked the idea before, I'm going to delete that because I don't like it. I'm going to do the little shepherd's crook thing that I had before, like this. Do that with the gem at the top. I liked that idea. I think with the relic box, and then maybe like, ooh, I know, and then like a paper seal kind of thing, kind of like what the not like that, like an indulgence kind of thing, or like what the Space Marines have on their armor in Warhammer, you know? Again, we're drawing a piece of paper tonight, but who cares? Offenses, says the one who made. Yeah, well, you know, you're the one who read it that way. Not my fault. You know what? It was funny. Deep, deep, deep. There we go. What do we think? What do we think of that? What do you think, dear? Am I crazy? Or just plain nuts? Merge into layer below. Turn down the opacity. Here. All right, let's do another sketch of this, but add more detail. So let's see. I want a box. Oops, not what I want. There we go. I want a box with windows. And again, I'm not going to use straight lines because I don't know. I'm a traditional artist. Do do do. Boom. Do do do. Boom. In a little box. And we're going to make this box look decorative. So we're going to give it those little like metal brackets. Do do do. Do do do. Uh-oh. I think the internet is mad at me. I think the internet is mad at me. It doesn't like that I'm streaming. Doesn't like that I'm streaming at all. Oh, I'm back up. Cool. Oops, that's too long. Much shorter. There we go. Perfect. Right. And then we'll have like these kind of like, oh, I missed one. Ziptalo, I have missed one. There we go. I have these kind of decorative pieces here. This is a relic of a saint. Oh, thank you, dear. Appreciate it. I don't know if that's going to help. Hopefully. The internet hates us. The internet hates me. My internet provider says, "How dare you gaze upon the finger of Saint." Who is it? John the Baby Eater. What? Wow. How many years off purgatory will this finger give you? That's the real question. How many years? I mean, it's only a finger, so that's not, that's not going to be as much as like a whole body. So obviously not a lot, but a little. Enough that it's worth it to keep the finger around, presumably. So maybe what, like 5 years? 10 years? I don't know what the going rate is for years off purgatory by seeing a saint's finger. And then I presume it matters which saint too. Presumably, like if they're a more well-known saint, then you'd get more time off for seeing their finger than like if it was just like Joe Schmo. But then, like, what if you believe that it's really their finger and then you get to purgatory and find out that it wasn't actually their finger? Like, because that like happened a lot where it wasn't actually the real deal. It was fake because people wanted to make money. So like, what if it's not real? Do you get to purgatory and all of a sudden you're told, hey, you know how you thought you were getting time off purgatory because you saw that relic? Yeah, you're not actually getting that time off because turns out you that's awful. That'd be awful. That'd be horrible. Oops. That'd be really horrible. I'd feel really upset. I don't know. Cause like, so like, the elector Frederick of Saxony, right? Like he had like a huge collection of relics and he would like put them out. Well, I don't know if he has favorite. I don't think God has favorite saints. God doesn't pick favorites. That wouldn't be, well, I mean, there was the disciple that Jesus loved, I guess. And there was like that the dude he didn't die. Um Enoch. Enoch walked uh Enoch walked with God and then Enoch was no more because God took him to heaven or something like that. So I mean, obviously God had a specific a, an affinity for him. I don't know that you could say he was like a favorite, but maybe, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about saying that God has favorites. That doesn't seem right. And I don't know. I don't know. That doesn't feel, I mean, but just because it doesn't feel right to me doesn't mean that it's not true, right? My feelings do not equate to reality. Ooh, I like this. I don't know how well it's going to translate into a sticker, but I like it. It depends on which St. John you're talking about, though. Are you talking about St. John who wrote the Gospel of John, the letters of John, or are you Revelation? Or are you talking about St. John the Baptist? Because those two are very, there we go. That's what we'll do. We'll do that. Those two are very different. I mean, not that I don't think that they're on the same. Let's undo that. Undo. Copy paste. Yeah, not that I don't think that they're on the same like level. It's just they're different, right? Like, there we go. I think paper there or paper there is the question. I think for the purposes, I think I like it here better, and I think I know how I'm gonna make that look right, look better. There's not a St. Joe. I mean, well, yeah, there is. It's in Missouri. There's a St. Joe in Missouri. So, yeah, no. St. Joseph. Well, St. Joseph, no, there would be a St. Joseph. Is Joseph father, not father, but husband of Mary, is he considered a saint? I don't know if he's considered a saint or not. I mean, Mary obviously is huge saint wise. A relic from Saint Mary, that would be the creme de la creme of relics there. You'd get, you wouldn't even go to purgatory if you had Saint Joseph Smith. Saint Joseph Smith is not a saint, according to me, because I'm not Mormon. I am a Mormon, and a Mormon just believes. Oh my gosh. If my YouTube channel gets off the ground and I actually start getting noticed by YouTube, I'm going to get in so much trouble for like singing random bits of music. It's going to be a problem. The answer to this is just not getting big on YouTube. Obviously, that's how I would solve that problem. Don't like, subscribe, and follow for more content. uh, then YouTube will notice me, and then I'll start getting copyright struck for singing songs that are copyright. I don't know if you can get, I mean, can you get copyright struck for that? I don't know. I don't know, but I don't really want to find out either. Uh, I mean, maybe if I was tone deaf, then it wouldn't matter because if I was tone deaf, no one would be able to tell what song I was singing. So the answer to this problem is to become tone deaf. If I become big on YouTube, I need to become tone deaf. I hate how that paper scroll looks. That looks awful. I hate it. It's like a receipt. It looks like a receipt. It looks like a receipt. Thank you for coming to see the bones of Saint Joe. Here's your receipt. It's sad those they actually did have those. I actually did get a receipt. St. Bart's finger. How about sound? Sound back? Testing, testing. Okay, cool. Yay! We're back. Okay, so as I was saying, before I was so rudely interrupted, T-Mobile, fix your stuff. I love that we have internet. That does not cost us an arm and a leg. That is very nice. But I would also appreciate it if it didn't go out all the time. Because that's what it does. It's just not reliable. And I feel like everybody says that about their internet. It doesn't matter what provider you have. It's all unreliable. It's awful. I even know a streamer who uses Starlink, and it's still terrible. Still awful. And they complain about it, and they have trouble streaming. So frustrating. So frustrating. Okay, anyway, let's get back to our relic. So we have Saint Joe's finger bones here in a reliquary with a staff and a receipt thanking you for looking at St. Joe's finger. The finger of St. Joe. St. Joe was quite the man. Oops, that's not what I wanted. It's not the circle tool I wanted. Wow. Anyway, as I was saying, St. Joe, quite the man. He did something that someone somewhere thought was great. And now his finger is displayed for all to see in the Cathedral of St. Joe somewhere. Did you know the catacombs were used for more than just holding corpses? In fact, they were used for a lot more than holding corpses. I got to be in a catacomb once. There were no corpses in it because it was a restaurant. It was it had been transformed into a part of the I was in Strasbourg, France, and part of the church's catacombs, which were immense. I mean, these things they were like underneath half the town. The church catacombs, part of it was turned into, because it's basically just tunnels, right? And they used it for like food storage and yeah, don't eat the long pork. That would be a bad idea. But yeah, we were in the catacombs, and it was a restaurant. And the lore in the restaurant or of the catacombs was that you could hear the sound of the flowing water in the river Styx, which is